That's not. That's the wrong. What does a squiggly line mean? Sheepfold. Pile of path, footpath, water. To be honest, this is just for show. I've got no idea how to read an ordnance survey map. But visibility's good, so I think we'll be alright. Although I've not got a whistle. That would have been a good idea, wouldn't it? Oh God. If you saw my last video about selling prints, you'll remember that I said I had some equipment come in that was going to help me make more videos in future. Well, this morning, the camera that I'm filming on right now, which is the Panasonic Lumix G85 or G80, depending on where you are in the world, got delivered. I only had time to charge the battery and check it turned on before I left the house, so I don't really know how it works, but I'm very excited about it. This video isn't going to be a review of it because, well, it wouldn't be very informative. The only other thing to say about it at this point is that I'm not recording in 4K because before I left in a rush this morning, I couldn't find a card fast enough to record in 4K. So I'm just recording in 1080p. I'll do a full review next video, and hopefully that'll be more useful. But I'm really excited to use it, seems pretty cool. So today's not a review of this camera. What today is a bit of location scouting in Snowdonia National Park. If you don't know what location scouting is, it's basically just a fancy way of saying that you're going for a walk with your camera equipment. I don't have any shots in mind that I want to get today, I'm just going to see what I see. As you can tell, it's not brilliant light for photography, there isn't a single cloud in the sky, but I can't complain too much because I'm getting a tan. So yeah, review of this camera will be the next video. But for the time being today, I'm just gonna wander around with my camera and see what photos I can take. Sorry, it's probably gonna get really annoying. This is the first camera I've had where I can see the screen on the side, so I just feel like I'm constantly, yeah, it's gonna happen, sorry. So I'm going up Trifan, which is there. So, I've never been up this mountain, but I was reading last night that apparently it's the only mountain in Wales with a reputation for you not being able to finish it on your feet, which I take to mean that at some point you need to use your hands and scramble, which, you know, sounds like the perfect thing to do with a camera that you've owned for 2 hours. See how that goes. I'd love to tell you that I've just stopped for the waterfall, but I think we all know that that would be bullshit. No? I'll do. Right, okay, bit of an update. A, my back is soaking. B, I'm pretty tired. And C, there's been a bit of a change of plan. You see that mountain there? That's Trifan, where I was going to go, and you can sort of see how you'd have to scale it on all fours because it looks pretty hardcore. Anyway, I decided not to do that because I've come across this lake that you can see, which apparently is nicknamed Lake Australia because it looks like the shape of Australia on a map. Anyway, I think from this mountain that is next to Trifan, I can get quite a good shot of it, even when the sun is still quite high in the sky. So I'm going to do that instead. And then when I've got a shot here, I'm going to have some lunch because I'm absolutely starving. Alright, I think I got a shot, so I can have some lunch. Emily made me sandwiches. Thank you, Emily. So, on days like today, I try not to put myself under too much pressure to get anything useful because you just don't know what you're going to find. And particularly when the weather's like this and there aren't any clouds and it's all really contrasty, it's tricky. Like, the main reason I'm here is to hunt out locations that could be useful for shots in future. So if I find somewhere, I'll come back and shoot it when the light's better. However, since I bring my camera to all these things, and when you're compositing you never know when a shot's going to be useful, there are a few different things I try and stick to make sure that if I do need a sunny bright sky mountain shot in the future, I've got one. First of all, pretty simple, whenever I find a shot that I think is quite interesting, I'll shoot it in both landscape and portrait just to maximise options. I'll also shoot at 4 different focal lengths. They are 24, 35, 50 and 70. A couple of reasons. A, they're marked on my lens, so they're easy enough to see, but B, it means that if I'm stitching a photo I get today with one I get in 2 months' time, I can guarantee that I'll have the exact focal lengths for both of the photos I'm stitching together, which helps make everything look much more believable. Also, I'll bracket a couple of stops either side of what the camera thinks I need to, just to make sure that I've got a correct exposure for pretty much everything in the frame. What else do I do? Oh no, one more thing, and I always shoot between f8 and f11, because there's nothing worse than having a perfect shot that you can't use in a composite because the focus is in the wrong place. So if you keep it between 8 and 11 and you're pointing at the subjects you think you're going to use, then usually you're safe. Oh, and on a day like today, I stick a polarizer on. Helps bring out the blues and the greens, and it also takes the glare off of the water on the lakes. But other than that, at this stage, it's usually a case of just pointing my camera at things that look pretty, which isn't particularly difficult here. I've just come across this little mini lake in the rock. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I think it looks really cool, so I'm going to take a photo of that before I go home. Can you see the road? That, and a 1 hour drive home is all that stands between me and a beer now. Right, let's go. Okay, I think I'm out of the woods now. First impressions of the G80 or G85, depending on what country you're in. It's difficult to say because I haven't seen any of the footage really, because obviously I've just been shooting. But what I will say is, usability wise, I really like it. I've always liked Panasonic menus and stuff, and this seems super easy to use. Love the screen, seems to focus well, although obviously I've only been shooting in really bright light, so if it had problems out here I'd be worried. Stabilisation seems pretty good. So yeah, thumbs up. I mean, I have to wait until I've seen the footage and do some testing with 4K and have a play around with the settings and whatever else, but first impression is very positive. Whew. That was good. Right, check out this drive.